Hello friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today we have got some plant specials for my garden center folks. Of course, online the shrubs are 33% off with that code SHRUB33. And then you sweet people were like, well, what about the garden center? Does that apply? So we have got some special garden center specials. For example, all of the annuals are buy 5, get 5 free. Thinking of, we want to fill up the tray, right? Because these white trays, they hold 10 plants. That's why we're doing buy 5, get 5. You can mix and match to your little heart's content. You do not have to buy all 10 of the same thing. So there are super petunias that are still gorgeous. We have got beautiful coleus available for you. We have got the cerveza and lime. We have got lantana. We have got the dahlias. You name it, you can mix and match. Buy 5, get 5 free. Fill up that tray. Now, with the caladiums, of course, we do love our caladiums here. They are quart-sized containers, and their trays are trays of 8, not 10. So basically it's buy 4, get 4 free. Again, you can mix and match your caladiums. This is the fantastic time to go ahead and add your caladiums to your garden. If you've been watching me, you know that that is what I have been doing because they thrive in the heat and the humidity. What are some great annuals that I would not even blink to add it to my garden? Right here, this is the brand new Super Lophus Sunglow. And in fact, we're going to be adding this probably to the signature garden here in the next month or so. So this is a Texas primrose. Y'all, this is what it does. Look at these massive golden yellow, I mean, they're huge flowers. Mimi put some of these in her butterfly garden last year. They overwintered and came back and are beautiful. So these are ones that are drought tolerant. Do not put them in a wet area. You can put them in a basket, a landscape. Great one to add. Of course, your Blew My Mind Volvulus, true blue flowers. They too are very drought tolerant. Add them in, and y'all, just as a little side note, it does not matter if your annual is in a stadium pot, it's kind of that little rectangle, or if it's in the traditional round pot. Still the same, so don't worry about that. Just go ahead and mix and match. And of course, if you have any questions, we do have an amazing staff here and they can answer all of your questions. Pentas, we have got pentas, you can add those. Now let's say you buy some Angelonia, right? Maybe they're getting a little long. Go ahead and give them a haircut, my friends. Don't ever be afraid to trim your annuals. They flush back out. Also, the hanging baskets, buy 1, get 1 free. I'm not gonna make you buy 5 and get 5 free. So with the hanging baskets, because historically most people don't need a gazillion hanging baskets, buy 1, get 1 free on those. Look at this torchlight. So of course the petunias are here. Look at this right here. This is such a beautiful sun or shade coleus. We of course have it in the signature garden. The staff has it paired here with the violet dahlia. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So all annuals are on sale. Now, I'm gonna speak some love language right here. Hydrangeas. All hydrangeas at the garden center are 25% off. Let's look at some of these beauties. We're gonna hit, let's just go ahead and we're gonna bite the bullet. We're gonna go down here onto the sun lot and look at these. Now, of course, these on the sun lot, obviously, they're going to be for the sun. Now, if you are thinking, well, Jenny, I really want to take advantage of this sale, 25% off a 3-gallon shrub, that's a really good deal. But I'm a little leery about planting it right now. I don't feel like I can maintain it as much. Y'all, you can absolutely, it is totally fine, 1, to plant these now. Like, look at this gorgeous quick fire fab. Love this, nice tight upright blooms on it. So you can plant it. You're gonna have to watch the water, of course. Make sure that it gets plenty of water, because you know how the rain can be. It can be all or nothing around here. So make sure it gets the water. If you don't want to plant it right now, just keep it well watered in this container. If you wanted to move it up and then add it to the garden in the fall, you can do that. I think most of us plant gardeners will have a stash here and there. Then you have got, this looks like a quick, little quick fire. So if you're familiar with my little quick fire at the house, which is, mine is not so little, but a 3 to 5 tall and wide, very open habit, has a lovely fragrance. The pollinators love little quick fire. Then we've got pufferfish, of course, pufferfish, one of the newer ones from Proven Winners in the past couple of years. So nice, sun-loving. You have got firelights, like the traditional firelights, the big ones. These will take on a nice pink hue for you in the summertime. Let's see who these guys are. Is this, oh, Pinky Winky Prime. So we've got Pinky Winky Prime in here. We have got the Incredible Stormproof. So this was introduced last year, I think it was. So it's that Annabelle type, nice big blooms. So people were saying, I had some people commenting that said they didn't realize that the Stormproof starts out that creamy white and then will kind of age to a lime green. It does. Now, if you want to go ahead and experiment, especially if you're in the southeast with a long growing time, you can go ahead and your older blooms, just go ahead and give the whole shrub a slight prune by a couple of inches. Go ahead and get all of the old blooms off. Because we have such a long growing season, it is very, very possible that it can reflush and give you brand new blooms this fall, so you can get some great ones. Then, of course, we have got hydrangeas from Southern Living. This is Sweet Starlight. It is another panicle hydrangea. You can see that it is just beginning to put on some buds. This is going to be 4 feet tall, 3 to 4 wide. Takes on those pinky hues as well, nice and compact and ideal. Bright white blooms, age beautifully from light to dark pink. Very strong stems. So you have got some beautiful ones. These are I think just pretty much all of the sun-loving hydrangeas, because remember, hydrangeas, there's a variation of what they need as far as their sun goes. I don't know that we have any in stock, but I want to show them to you anyway. We're going to take a little side note here for a second. Come over here to the Signature Garden, because you know that I do adore the Little Lime Punch. Y'all, look at this. So we planted Little Lime Punch, and let's talk about the Superbena Cobalt and the Supertunia Mini Vista Plum Vein. Is this not looking just rock star amazing? So you have got the Little Lime Punch. Love this plant. Traditionally, for our time zone where we are, July 4th is when it starts to hit its peak, which we're there in like 10 days. So nice, tight, compact, look, like strong, like really, really strong stems. Nice tight heads on it, beautiful foliage. So you can absolutely take any hydrangea and put them in a mass planting. We did this, they're, I think 3 feet on center is about what 3 to 4 feet on center, because we wanted to create the hedge and that they would touch each other all the way down, and they are doing that. That's why this year we went for the low growing annuals, so that the sun could get in there and make sure that they're nice and filled in. But my goodness, Little Lime Punch, she is about to be in all of her gorgeous glory. All the hydrangeas are looking amazing right now, I will say. All right, now let's go to the shade. 1, it's getting toasty, but 2, let's show you some of those hydrangeas for your shadier spots. Before we actually go into the pines, I want to share with you a real life example of a hydrangea that is here for sale at the garden center in the landscape right here. So here we have the Let's Dance Sky View. Now, my friends, I want to share this with you because these hydrangeas have not been in the ground for a year. We redid this bed in late summer and added the sky views to this space. Now, the Let's Dance Sky View, it's going to be a macrophylla hydrangea, that classic big mop head bloom. You can see by the color variation, it will depend as far as the color based on your soil's pH. They're leaning a little more pink because of the fertilizer that we used. But this is the key, y'all. When I tell you that these poor hydrangeas have been through it, they have been through it. So we had, for us, a relatively cold winter for a long period of time, weeks on end. These hydrangeas basically died back to the ground. There was not, this spring, it's not like they just burst forth with all this gorgeous, foliage. They struggled a bit. So we had that. Then we had raccoons coming through here at night, digging up, looking for grubs. So there was a couple of these hydrangeas that got nearly excavated from the raccoon. But look at them. For not being even in the ground for a year, look at those gorgeous blooms. I mean, look at this, beautiful, re-blooming. So not only are they only blooming right now, but look, we have got buds that are going to continue to bloom. They bloom on old growth. They bloom on new growth. There are buds all throughout these hydrangeas. So it's just a testament to the breeding of this plant. So don't think that here at the garden center we have perfect ideal conditions for our plants all the time. We don't. This is a real life garden too that has the messes and the successes. But when you get those great genetics of the plant, then therefore you get beauties. And just also as a little side note, come look right here, these are the storm proofs. We were just talking about those. So you can see again what they look like in their natural habitat. You've got some that are already turning a little lime green, some that are cream. Again, this is not even in the landscape for a year. They were on the smaller side. So hydrangeas absolutely can do it. Now let's really go to the shade and look at those. So we just saw the Let's Dance Sky View in the landscape. So here they are in their 3-gallon containers. You can see that these were a little bit ahead of what was in the landscape because you can see how they have aged. An absolutely beautiful kind of an antique look to them. Beautiful colors on them for sure. Still pushing out that new growth. So you've got the older ones that are more that kind of that antique-y. Look at this beautiful purpley blue, just stunning. Now, as these hydrangeas kind of age and go through, if you have some that have some of the brown old blooms on them, you can just simply just pull them off. It is not a problem whatsoever. Again, remember when we are buying a plant from a garden center, whether it's Creekside or another garden center or online, you're looking at strong, healthy root system and looking at the overall genetics and the health and the vigor of the plant. And so with this one, you can see it had some big, huge blooms on it. We've got new growth popping out. Just a beautiful one. Now, with the Let's Dance Sky View, the sizes on it is basically that 3 foot tall, 4 foot wide, hardy in zones 4 to 9. So here in the southeast, we are definitely going for filtered sun, a break from the afternoon. We are in the pines, meaning all the plants here love these shady, filtered sun conditions, not the real intense hot afternoon sun, okay? I know this is not hydrangeas, but those of you for the annual sale, the double impatiens, the Rocapucos, so these are great for the shade. They thrive in these conditions. Come in a range of colors, and these, again, nice, big, beautiful plants in that stadium pot. Go ahead and put it in the landscape, in your containers, hang in baskets. you name it. Over here, okay, Dear Dolores. So Dear Dolores is a macrophylla hydrangea from our friends at Southern Living. So this is going to be a little bit bigger, a 5x5, pH dependent. Is going to be in that pink or that blue. Classic, beautiful, big leaf hydrangea. You have got buds popping out a little bit on the later side as far as the blooms are coming out. Dear Dolores, we have got those. Oh, we're going to back up just a little bit because we walked right past them. One of my favorite Mac hydrangeas, Zebra. So I have a Zebra at the house, and so Zebra is a color specific hydrangea, meaning it does not matter what your soil's pH level is, you're guaranteed to get white blooms on it. It gets its name Zebra because you've got white blooms, pure white flowers. But then the new stems, let's come over here, we're going to back up just a little bit, they are black. So that new growth comes out black on it. It is a fun hydrangea, roughly in that like a 4x4. I just trimmed mine last year for the first time to keep it nice and tight. It's not blooming yet. We're a little behind, but hopefully she'll be coming forth really soon. So if you want that like really pure white flower in the shade, go with your Zebra hydrangea. You're not going to be disappointed. And then the fairy trails. So fairy trail is that cascading hydrangea from Proven Winners. Now there are 4 different colors, cultivars of the fairy trail. So here we have Fairy Trail Fresco. Fresco is going to be a pH dependent bloom. So nice kind of big, in the realm of like a lace cap as far as the blooms on it, big huge petals, somewhere between like a lace cap and a macrophylla hydrangea. But Fresco is going to be the pinks and the purples and the blues. Gorgeous. And then you've got this is either bride or white. This is Fairy Trail White. So you're going to have that color specific beautiful white flowers on it. Now with your fairy trails, y'all, I didn't learn this until a little while ago, so I'm gonna pass it on to you. They're called cascading hydrangeas. But you gotta help a sister out. You gotta help them cascade. If you don't pull down the limbs, then they're gonna be standing up straight, like this one is. So what you do is you plant it or you put it in your container. Then these longer limbs, they're nice and pliable, and we're going to kind of bend them down, and we're gonna help them come down. What I did is I used landscape staples, so it looks like a big giant hook, and I pull them down very gently, kind of staple them into the landscape and pull them down as such. So then that begins that cascading habit. Once the stems get hard and stiff, then they're going to be down. You can pull out the staples and then you can do it with the other ones. So that's how we get them to cascade. You got to help it out just a little bit. So these are going to be in the shade. They're going to be a little bit more sun tolerant. I actually have a Fairy Trail Bride in the full sun. They are hardy in zones. Let's see here. In zones, I'm upside down. 6 to 9, basically like a 4x4. Okay, so you have got those. So beautiful hydrangeas for the sun, for the shade, 25% off, and then all of your annuals, buy 5 get 5 free, or the Caladiums, buy 4 get 4 free, hanging baskets, buy 1 get 1. 'Tis the season for plant specials at the Garden Center. Of course, online, all shrubs are 33% off with that code SHRUB33. We talked about July 4th just for a second. That is going to be on a Saturday. So July 4th is on a Saturday. The Garden Center is closed. So we will be open on July 3rd, and we will be open the next Wednesday, whatever that is. But July 4th itself, we will be closed. We're going to be partying, and happy birthday to the United States 250. We hope you have fun celebrating our nation's birthday with your sweet people. But anyway, hope to see you soon. Y'all stay cool. We'll see you at the Garden Center. Bye, friends.